Well, Arsenal are considering to make the official David Raya offer to Brentford. Either they sign the goalkeeper in a nick of time. It's Simon. It is Sam Jadine coming in from the Telegraph. He's a football reporter for the Telegraph, and obviously he has gone ahead to issue us a very lengthy story as far as David Raya is concerned. Welcome to you, Rokani Media Football. Good morning. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. I've been watching the game of Manchester United versus Borussia Dortmund. The game has ended 3-2 in favor of Borussia Dortmund, and United have gone ahead to lose 3 out of its 4 games down in America, and they are flying back to United Kingdom. Arsenal has already touched down United Kingdom after they beat Barcelona by 5-3. Now, the other story is all about Xhaka commenting about the abilities of Mikel Arteta, his former manager at Arsenal and his current manager at Borussia Dortmund. At Bayern Leverkusen, that is Alonso. And lastly, Zinchenko posting something on Instagram that's going ahead to obviously excite Arsenal fans all over the world that maybe his return might be imminent from where we expected him to be back. Let's see this video liked close to 400 times, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a day. Before I go into this story, I would love to obviously hint on to certain things that I really forgot to hint about the story of David Raya as is linked to Arsenal. One of the things that I never really talked about, he's a Premier League proven goalkeeper that is really known, that has been the goalkeeper of Brentford for some long time, and is doing great, and no one doubts his capabilities. And the most important bit of it all is all about him being a winner. You know, they won the UEFA Cup of Nations with Spain. Remember, he was really on the bench, and I saw photos of him really getting hold of that trophy. And one will say, but it was not in between the stitches when they won it. But being part of a winning team helps you build your mentality, and Arsenal are bringing in a player who is a winner, and he's totally different. And I think today it won't elapse before I bring you the comparison of stats between Andre Onana and Aaron Ramsdale, and you guys will compare yourselves and get me the results or the answers on who do you think is going to obviously be the starting goalkeeper of Arsenal. Now, we are having Simon Jadine telling us that Arsenal have revived their long-standing interest in David Raya and are considering making a formal offer for the Spaniard, who's available to buy this summer. Arsenal are huge admirers of David Raya and first tried to sign him in the summer of 2020 when they had a bid of £10 million rejected by Brentford. Now, Brentford came into the league in 2021. That is it. And this has been their second season in the league. But Arsenal had already scouted David Raya and they wanted to sign him in 2020, meaning that Arteta had scouted David Raya before Aaron Ramsdale, because Aaron Ramsdale comes in at Arsenal in the summer of 2021. And also, this has been his second season for Arsenal. So, the interest for David Raya at Arsenal has been really longing, and Arsenal are trying to revive their interest to get the player whom they've gone ahead to chase for a very long time in. So, where does this leave Aaron Ramsdale? God knows, because when you look at the price tag put onto David Raya, if Arsenal is to meet it, then it shows you that Aaron Ramsdale might be really one of those players in total danger at Arsenal. But David Raya talks about a £10 million bid that was really rejected, and it shows you how this player is really highly valued at Brentford. But Arsenal planning to make their first offer or bid to Brentford to either they sign the player of David Raya. And now they tell us that Raya has only 1 year left on his contract at Brentford, and said in February that he had rejected 2 offers of a new deal. Brentford have publicly valued Raya at £40 million, with head coach Thomas Frank saying it is an open secret that they are willing to cash in for David Raya this transfer window. Obviously, they are willing to cash in for David Raya, and to me, the price of the goalkeeper is really huge. £40 million for a goalkeeper who is left with just 1 year on his contract. That is really ridiculous. Very, very, very ridiculous. And if at all you are Brentford, you wouldn't have liked to obviously see this happen, because if you don't sell him now in this summer transfer window that ends on the 1st of September, then that means you might sell him in the January transfer window where he will go for like £20 million. Yet, teams like Arsenal might be willing to offer like 30. So, let's wait and see what the bid of Arsenal is going to be like for David Raya as they're pushing to get the player in. So, are they going to go ahead and obviously make a bid of like £30 million, 40? God knows, because they even have options of obviously getting them Matana and add on some money. That is also possible. So we wait and see how that pans out. But David Raya to Arsenal is really hotter than the sun. Arsenal have gone ahead to make a shocking move to sign the Spanish international goalkeeper David Raya, age 27 years of age, kept 12 clean sheets last season, and he kept Brentford into the Premier League. That is David Raya for you, and Arsenal are interested into the player. So we wait and see how this unfolds, but it looks like Arsenal are really ready to cash out for the player, that is David Raya. Now, Xhaka having left Arsenal, he went ahead and obviously joined Bayern Leverkusen, where he found a former Liverpool player and Madrid player, Xabi Alonso, as the manager, and he was asked on the two managers by Marca, and this is what he had to say about these two managers. He said, they have a very similar philosophy. Mikel is incredible, not only as a coach, and I think Xabi is on the same line. They both see football very differently. Other coaches I've heard. Now, when you look at Mikel Arteta, I think he's a good coach. Even Xabi Alonso is another good coach, but for him, he's coaching in the Bundesliga, but that doesn't take off the goodness from him. For Mikel Arteta, coming in at Arsenal, 3 seasons in, competing for the league, he has gone ahead to build a squad of Arsenal that most people never thought would reach that level. The quality he's adding to the team is obviously out of this world, and he's really having very important players. When you look at how he's going ahead to elevate players at Arsenal, especially William Saliba, who came in through, and obviously he put him in the team and is one of the most valuable right-sided centre-backs. Look at Bukayo Saka, turning him from a left back and a left winger into a right attack midfielder and last season he was one of the best right wingers in the world, and the problem was he was not so much rated because he was not playing the Champions League, but this time round Champions League football is on the Arsenal cards, and Bukayo Saka has a reason to really make his statement or make his mark onto the world market that he is really going to obviously do the needful and obviously throw in the cards. Look at the other player, that is Gabriel Martinelli, another one that Arsenal bought in for like £65 million from Brazil, and right now his value is like £100 million if you are to go for that Brazilian international. So Arteta has done it all at Arsenal. The only thing he's going to do is to lift a Champions League, a Premier League. That is it. He has won the FA Cup, Charter Shield, no Carabao Cup in, but I believe the most important bit of it is him going in for those trophies. That is the Carabao Cup, right? But going in for the Premier League and the Champions League, and he has the players now that can obviously take him to that level, and that's why he wants to go ahead and obviously add more quantity and more talent onto that side. So as it stands, it's what he said about Mikel Arteta. For Xabi Alonso, I love the player, I love the manager, and has gone ahead, obviously, do lots of things for Leverkusen. You know, when you look at Leverkusen, they're really doing the best of themselves into the season of the Bundesliga, and they've gone ahead to really get us the best that they deserve. When you look at last season, Bayern Leverkusen finished 6th, meaning they're going to play in the UEFA Europa League, and they're really doing great business also in as far as selling players is concerned. Moussa Diaby has gone ahead to shine a lot under the regime of Xabi Alonso. He has gone ahead to recruit more talent and is getting in experience of Granit Xhaka into his side, and we anticipate he's really going to really bluster and fire all cylinders this season. So we wait and see how that pans out between Bayern Leverkusen and the teams in the Bundesliga, but I really trust Xabi Alonso. That's why the likes of Real Madrid are really interested in him as a replacement for Carlo Ancelotti. But I don't see him as a ready manager. I think he'd rather be at Bayern Leverkusen, build his project for the next 2-3 years, and maybe find another team, especially in the Premier League, to obviously gain experience that is really going to see him obviously become an elite manager. Liverpool are also eyeing at him as another replacement for Jurgen Klopp in like 4-5 years from now to come. And if at all I'm Xabi Alonso, I keep my bags steady at Bayern Leverkusen, and I shouldn't be moved by the interest of Real Madrid, because we saw Nagelsmann falling a victim of his quick decision to obviously leave RB Leipzig and join Bayern Munich, and the way he was sacked just left dark spots into his career as a manager. So if at all I'm Xabi Alonso, I stay that side. Like you saw Mikel Arteta do. Real Madrid came in through, PSG came in through. He said, sorry about that. He said, I'm gonna stay at Arsenal. I'm going nowhere. So let's leave it at that, and let's go to Zinchenko, who has not kicked a ball this preseason for Arsenal. And I think the last 4 games of Arsenal, he never played any single minute for the previously concluded season, where Arsenal finished second with 84 points. Now, yesterday, Zinchenko took to his Instagram, and obviously this excited very many Arsenal fans. This is Zinchenko, as you see him, trying to do the gym work at home and obviously put in the work that will see him get ready for the season of Arsenal. You know, he's one of those players that is really dependable for Arsenal, because they have a lot of possession when they're having him. I've always referred to him as the reference point into the wide areas of the pitch and in the inside tunnels or half spaces of the pitch. That is Alexander Zinchenko. Now, when you have Julian Timber play onto the right side, also you would have gone ahead to balance up your team to give you the best that you deserve as the team of Arsenal. So that is Zinchenko firing up for the season, and he's having a calf injury that has always been disturbing him throughout the season. And if at all I were him, I would have gone ahead to go for a surgery. And if we went in for surgery towards the end of the season, June, July would have been 2 months ready for him to return. But I think the physios of Arsenal have the best for the player of Alexandra Zinchenko. So guys, your thoughts on Arsenal considering to make official offer for David Raya are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Xhaka's comparison on Arteta and Xabi Alonso? And lastly, Zinchenko showing us that he's ready to return, as he hit gym yesterday morning and posted on his Instagram. So guys, I sign out for now. See you later. We thank God for the gift of life. We congratulate everyone's gonna hate obviously see us hit 16,000 subscribers, and want to hit 17,000 subscribers before the end of the month of August. And my Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barakallahu Fikum. My Christian viewers and subscribers, may the Lord God give you the best that you deserve, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. I'm out. Ciao, ciao.